Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome to Rebels Roundtable. I'm your host, Rebel with a Cause.
Brother King, why do I kill?
And this is Rebels Roundtable. Peace to the God. What's going on, King?
What up, what up? Just chilling. What up with you, brother, man?
Yeah. Family partners for, we've been gone a week. Yeah, I mean, I wanted Benton's video to get some more hits too. So we kind of played out good. So more people could see it and we ain't skip an episode. But yeah, everything good. I was talking to some black farmers this week, so
That's good.
we trying to flip the game on 'em. What's going on with you?
Chilling, man. Out here on the grind, getting ready for this upcoming event. The Sun Goddess Experience, October the 29th at the Meymoona Griot. You know what I mean? On the West End from 7 to 10 p.m. We're gonna be talking about holistic wellness, mental healing, and a whole lot of other stuff, man. We're gonna be talking about a whole lot of feminine energy, man. We got chilling, man, out here on the grind, getting ready for this upcoming event, the Sun Goddess Experience. Yeah, so we have the vendors gonna be performing. You know what I mean? We have Dr. Nicole Benton. She's gonna talk. The brother Abasi gonna talk about African spirituality. You know what I mean? We have Mother Earth. You know what I mean? She's a holy. She gonna talking about holistic wellness as well. You know what I mean? We have the brother Poetic's gonna be hosting it. You know what I'm saying? And Shelly Amaset gonna be the keynote speaker, man. Yo, man. Then we got the poet Sincere. I can't forget about the brother Sincere. He gonna drop some bombs on him too. So, man, we gonna enjoy ourselves and give us some give our positive vibe and good information. So come on through.
It's ladies' night, Queens.
It's ladies' night. And for everybody out there in YouTube land, like, comment, share, and subscribe to Rebel Vision Television. Yeah. Hit that notification bell as well.
Yeah, don't mind if we attack your algorithm. That's the only way we can eat. So, because it's just like our page, right? When we like a page, then they start sending us the videos, right?
Right.
My YouTube, even though I ain't on it all the time, say recommended. Okay, and the shit that I like be right there in that recommendation category. So now, y'all, hit that like. We need the likes more than anything.
Yeah.
That's how this work, man.
All right. Listen to the show, hit that notification wheel, set it on all so you won't miss the show.
And be one of the first to come on. We really get our promotion game on. So, we're about to do that too. So be one of you right here. So you already know the game is hard.
Right.
For the love before the world get to it. But yeah, Stone Mountain real quick.
Yeah.
I ain't know. For years, I just hear, everybody going up to Stone Mountain, right? I never heard once, even though you could do this probably to a lot of places, that the whites, what we gonna call them, the hillbillies, the Confederates, that they be going up there and they be holding shit down up there and they got flags and all that shit.
Hell yeah.
Why nobody ever said that? Why we don't go up there and fucking curse that shit?
Hey man, I remember about 6 years ago, I went up there for the first time and I seen them they got the red niggas on, Robbie E. Lee and the other two red niggas on the mountain. And that's my last time going. I was like, shit. Hell nah. They got their Confederacy people, ancestors, you know what I mean? They ancestors. Carved in the mountain. He's big too.
For real, like Mount Rushmore?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
What? So, but
hell yeah, man.
Nah, but they stole it from us. So isn't us going back kind of? I know what she gonna say because I heard her on Talk show. We're actually paying the same white people to go there.
Right.
So she like, nah. She want everybody to walk all the way around to go there. Cause then
Yeah, she don't have no problem with people going. She like, man, no, our people should park across the street or something because they funded the Confederacy. You know what I mean?
that's what I'm saying. Like, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Not directly, you know the link. Look, we all got computers. We the Confederate getting that money. The real cracker, right? So we're doing it anyway. But if you give us a direct link on our level, nah, we can't do that. So I'm with what she's saying, but I think everybody should know the technique.
Yeah, I want to hear what the sister got to say, man.
Yeah, everybody should be popping that. But yeah, we did learn it's a crystal, and then I did math. It's about 4 or 5 big mountains in America that they consider a crystal itself. So we're gonna do some more math on that. She pulled one out that's in New York. That's why I looked some up. It's a few on Earth.
Right.
Don't go to Africa. Most of those mountains is emeralds. You know, Earth rock. You know, the cracker might not even value the rock. You know, it's on the line of rubies and diamonds, but when you get down the line, he don't value them shit.
Right.
But what's going on in the black world, man? Before everybody come in, man. Yo, the BET Awards. Don't try to trick niggas, man. I swear. I was worried about who won the awards, not if you let me and my niggas come up there and rap. But big up to Joey Badass, Dead Prez.
They was on there?
Yeah, you can watch the clips. Shit is it.
I mess with them.
Yeah, it was. That's what I'm saying. They brought a lot of us back. You know,
Dead Prez, Joey Badass. I mess with them.
nah, a lot more dudes. Who was there, man? Wu-Tang.
Oh yeah, I check out the rewind then. The first thing I think about is that BS, man.
I think Pastor Troy. You know, Havoc, Mob D. Nah, they let some real niggas come, and that's why Drake ain't come get his awards. Nicki Minaj or Cardi B. None of the big dogs came because they let real niggas in.
Right.
So that shit corny. Why Drake ain't come? He won everything. First of all, he do not have album of the year. Let's get that shit straight.
Who got it?
Whoever listening, we could put money on it. I think Nas got the album of the year. So we could have a listening party and then everybody vote. But we could put money on that. Drake, your shit is, I don't even know what that was. Like a bodega album or some shit. Some shit you hear when you go in Poppy store. So I ain't mad at it, but that's not hip hop. What are y'all doing? And
who had got the album of the year?
I thought it was Drake.
Oh, Drake. Well, you know that's the give me, man.
And Fuck Nigga Free won new artist. Yo, I don't even know how they do it. You heard the song Fuck Nigga Free?
By Drake?
Nah, about some new girl.
Nah, man, I don't be know who them people are, man.
Nah, me neither until I see the link. Then I'll do a little math and then I can add a convo. That's how it is. I don't know none of them either. But when I see them, I give them 5 minutes. I be wanting to know how to shoot at them. Okay.
Y'all hear me good?
Knowledge born. It's good.
Can y'all hear me good?
Yes, sir. the queen in the waiting room right now. We gonna give Knowledge 1 minute. What up, Knowledge?
What's up, man? Y'all can hear me pretty good?
Oh yeah, you good in the hood.
Clear, man.
All right.
What's going on?
Man, slow motion, man.
Mm-hmm. For now, it's the calm before the storm.
I think we're gonna have a couple of storms, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I know we're gonna have some storms.
You know, the market changing, man. It's a lot going on with these goods and services.
Oh yeah.
What you mean by that?
Man, them business reports ain't looking too good, man. They're not expecting a good Christmas, a good Black Friday. Only thing gonna be good is gonna be Cyber Monday.
You know why? The beef with China got them battling with the products. That's a big part of the war.
They say Christmas sales ain't gonna be like what everybody think. So
and the money down.
We gotta adjust to that.
I'm blowing it up. Y'all niggas need to make some white products and have your LLC over here on the low, so you don't have that problem. Create some cracker shit.
Yeah, that's what my boy was saying. He said, man.
Don't say I ain't tell you.
He said, I'm finna go make me some pink ribbons for these white people.
Something.
He's selling them, man. Hey, $5 a piece, man. He said they gonna be jumping off the map.
Okay.
Oh, Bassett.
Queen coming in right now. Y'all ready for the queen?
Yo, what's up, bro?
What's up, man? You gotta tune in, check your boy out, man. He going hard on Tariq Nasheed, man.
I saw. I see. I'm looking. You know, see. I told him, you know, I can help a hand because I damn sure been beating up on that guy for years.
Tariq tried to punk him, it didn't even work, man.
Yeah, see. Mr. Meymoona, how you doing, sister?
How you doing?
Peace, queen. Peace.
Hello.
Greetings.
Greetings.
All right. How you doing?
Doing good. How y'all brothers doing?
Yeah, we doing well, sweetheart. Glad you could be on our show.
I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So let's get right into it. I want to start off real quick, make a little small joke or two, but I didn't know the crackers had Stone Mountain like that. For years, I hear, the family down south or even from a New York angle coming down here to go to that mountain on purpose for several different angulations of our culture. But I didn't know they had anything sitting on that mountain. So when I heard you on Talker's show just out the blue, that kind of hit me because I would figure somebody over the years would have kind of spilt that fact out. And I never heard it, and I'll be in the mix. So it shocked me that was true.
Absolutely. I mean, I think a lot of people, they ride past it, they see it, they visit it, they support it, and they don't have any idea what it is, at all. And particularly for people who are not from Georgia, people don't know. It's only probably been in the past 10 years, maybe, that the NAACP and some other organizations have, challenged what it is, what it represents.
All right, before we get deep into it, what actually is it? Like, what is up there?
Okay. So there's a lot of history, but to tell you what it is right now, just plain and simple, it is a state-owned park at this time. It's owned by the state of Georgia. They bought it in 1965. It is the memorial the salute to the Confederacy by design. It has laws that say that as long as it exists, it must be a memorial to the Confederacy. And so it operates as a park. It has a big, huge piece of stone in the middle, big granite that goes under the ground around this whole area. It's huge. It's the largest one, like it's, of its kind. And they have lakes, they have beautiful forest trails and all that stuff. But in addition to that, they brought slave cabins from Covington, Georgia, to sit there. They created a make-believe plantation that reminds you of an amusement park. They picked up a plantation house and they put it there. They have all these different buildings and things they've imported to create a so-called, I guess you would say, a slavery amusement park. And it's sitting there and they charge you $10 to go and walk through it. And back in the day, they used to have people, white folks dressed in those bell dresses. And they had a Black lady who worked there and she was making corn, what do you call it? Hoe cakes, and looking like a slave. And we have pictures of those things. There's a railroad that goes around it. This was a rock quarry. So they used at one point what you would call prison labor, which was majority Black. So they basically embodied slavery. A lot of these buildings were cut by those prisoners. The stones all around from Ponce de Leon to downtown. A lot of these courthouses that we have in Atlanta, the rocks came from prison slave labor of Black people right out of that mountain. So this mountain has a lot of symbolic stuff. There's also a center for the Confederacy. There are, what do you call it? Confederate flags, all kinds of different things. They've named the streets after Confederate generals. And the biggest one is the carving in the mountain. This mountain is huge. And on the side of it is carved 3 Confederate generals. And this was the state marrying the Confederacy and the KKK. Before the rock quarry was what it was owned by a Klansman. And they used to have Klan meetings there and burn crosses. And there has been, some evidence that Black folk have been terrorized and possibly killed on the mountain.
I'm looking at it right
I
now.
have something to ask. What is the Stone Mountain Action Coalition?
Well, okay, so the Stone Mountain Action Coalition, excuse me, is an organization that I created. And I want to just give a shout out to the NAACP Atlanta and the NAACP DeKalb County, because a lot of people saw how my organization came in and started wrecking shop. And a lot of people wanted to give my organization that I founded all the credit. But, you have to respect those who came before you to lay the foundation. And so there's a brother named Richard Rose, who's hardcore, who's very much involved and has been spearheading this battle at the mountain. He's been doing that for a long time. And so I work hand in hand with him and attorney Gerald Griggs.
Yeah, Gerald Griggs, yeah.
Absolutely.
I've been with him because, I used to being a brother of Box for years. We've been out here on a lot of boycotts and protests. So I personally know him. Yeah, he's a good dude.
Oh, yeah. When that stuff went down at Wendy's, that brother was front and center.
Yeah.
Fearless. Yeah.
So
we got some warriors out here, that have been fighting the fight. But I started Stone Mountain Action Coalition because I wanted to have an organization that focused completely on dismantling the Confederacy at Stone Mountain Park and in Georgia. And it just baffled my mind that nobody had tried to really tear this thing all the way down. The NAACP and other organizations, they can't focus solely on that. They have lots of other agendas.
right.
And it was because there was I guess you would say a perfect storm. George Floyd had just been murdered. This Black Lives Matter, all of these things, it was a perfect storm. So I had been working for 4 years talking to the Stone Mountain Memorial Association. And y'all get this. These, I'm gonna just say it. No, I won't say that word. I'm gonna keep it clean. These good white folk, they had actually written into the bylaws in order to keep this park alive that they needed an association. It was called the Stone Mountain Confederate Memorial Association. Now it's called SMMA. They have dropped the Confederate part. They tried to clean up a little of their stuff, but it still stinks.
Right.
And so this board is appointed by the governor of Georgia. This board is full of Klansmen. This board has historically been nothing but white supremacists. And occasionally they'll get a coon that they put there to tap dance when times get tough. And right now, the SMMA, there's a guy who is responsible. He was the attorney for Trump. He filed, lawsuits on behalf of Trump. He sits on that board, Mr. Smith. He used to be the board head. This man was in I think it's called Phi Theta, I can't remember, it's Phi something Kappa. This has historically been a Confederate, fraternity. You can look it up. All the Southern universities have this, and they see that General Lee is their grand mascot. He is the perfect Southern gentleman, and this man belongs to that. Also, you have the NRA president. It's a woman, and she sits there, most powerful woman probably in the United States. Very dangerous woman. She's on that board. There's a whole lot of people. The mayor of Loganville, Mr. Martinez, he is a hateful and vile person to his own Latino community. He's a sellout. And I guess you would call it a Spanish coon if such a thing exists. Yeah, so that board keeps the mountain exactly like it is. And so for 4 years, I met with them. I talked to them. I brought them proposals and I made a lot of progress. But when George Floyd got killed, at that time I started smack.
Okay. So I want to ask about the female you just mentioned, the female, because the reason I ask this is I feel like sometimes we get so caught up on the white male patriarchy that we forget about how dangerous the white women are when we start thinking about the United Daughters of the Confederacy. See, these white women, sometimes they get to fly under the radar. Nobody ever shines light on them. Could you talk a little bit more, or what's her name again?
I can't remember her name at this
Okay.
moment. If somebody don't mind, can y'all look her up I'll look on the board real quick? It may come to my mind in a
Okay.
moment.
I'll just make sure I get it.
Absolutely. But I've had many a conversation with her. She lives out in Cobb County and she has a history. Actually, there's a middle school. And one of the things I had to do is do a lot of intelligence work, a lot of research. And so I've researched all the people on the board for 3 generations. And I paired up a lot of the people who were in my group, which was a diverse group of white people who were also in the group. I paired them up with the board members based on their backgrounds. Like if one of them went to the University of Georgia, I would pair them up with someone else. And the goal was to get white people to check white people. That was the strategy I had. And it was very effective because when Black folks is yelling and fussing and telling the truth, it don't land the same way as a white man with blue eyes talking to a white man with blue eyes. And so I had I guess you would say a group of specialists, highly specialized group of people, lobbyists, lawyers, people who are propagandists, researchers, marketing people. I had all kinds of people in this group, and it was pretty powerful, and we got a lot done. But you're absolutely right. White women are the lynchmen. I don't know why people see, the kindergarten teacher with the curly hair. these are some of those vicious, I mean vicious people. And they hide behind and are protected by white male supremacy. And they have been instrumental in the oppression of Black people. And so when I see both of them, I feel extremely threatened. But particularly, it's that hidden hand of white women, and that they can be passive aggressive. You know, they do a lot of things, and then they're able to run and hide. And they've been doing that for a long time. Daughters of the Confederacy is a perfect example. These women had picnics and they had parties and they had fundraisers. And they were also, you know, very involved in keeping the Klan very active. But yes, the Daughters of the Confederacy, all these Confederate monuments that you see, that we see in the town square in front of the city hall, in front of the halls of justice, all those were placed by white women as reminders to Black people that you will never be, you will never belong, you will never be a first-class citizen in America. You don't belong here. They put those there. And they, to this day, fight to keep them there. I have done so much research. I have not been able to crack into the Daughters of the Confederacy. When I tell you they are hidden, they are so.
Yeah, that's so much truth right there. A book I have called Hooded Americanism, and this is the history of the Klan. And you spoke truth right there. Whenever you looking, they are well put away. It's very little that you really can find. You can find little stuff here and there, but you can't really find the meat in the bones. Another thing I kind of want to talk about is the original Birth of a Nation, D.W. Griffin's 1915 version, the socio-political implements that came out of this film. And this is why I say everything, we have to understand kind of like what they're doing to us psychologically. So when they spawned this movie, in my opinion, it was, number one, it was a weapon. It was a weapon to justify what was next that they was about to do. But when they used this tool of blackface to immolate and put us out as uncivilized, this gave them the cause to say, see, we gotta, do them like that. And I don't think a lot of people, I use that, and I don't think people link Stone Mountain with the Klan and the Daughters of Confederacy. I think, like you said, outsiders that come in, they just see it as this tourist attraction. Oh, it's this nice place. And a lot of times, and I know I'm unpacking a lot, but a lot of times, like I was talking to some youth over the weekend about it. And I said, well, what is it that attracts you to this mountain? They said, well, it's a place to walk. It's a place to do. It's a place to sightsee. And I said, well, that's all well and good. But why I support what you're doing and want to get behind, because we have to really understand what goes on there. Not what went on, but what continues to go on. If I'm making sense, what I'm saying. What continues to go on there. I still believe they have meetings and burn crosses. That's one of the things I can't prove, but they don't just go away. It makes sense what I'm saying?
No, you're correct. They're still having Klan meetings, and unfortunately, even the sheriff, the former sheriff, I got rid of him of Stone Mountain. I've been cutting some throats over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to clean some house over there. He actually would ride behind them. The Klan still walks through Stone Mountain. There's this place called Shermantown, and during the Confederate History Month, Confederate History Day, or whatever that is. Yeah, they have parades all the time. They're still doing it, like right here in Atlanta in full light. And that sheriff, black man, he was riding behind them. This has been going on for a long time, like guarding them, like, escorting them. Yeah. You see
the type of support, and see, this is what I think a lot of people need to really understand. When it's coming to the why are you doing this? So talk a little bit more about, like, I know, we don't want to give away too much of your end goal, but is it the thing of shutting it down for good, bleeding it dry financially? What's the angle on that?
Absolutely. So what we did is we came at them very strategically in a way that had never been done before. I'm a political strategist, and I've been working on politics since I was able to vote. And so I have a lot of I work on a lot of campaigns. And so I have a lot of strategies and a lot of understanding of propaganda and power, soft power, hard power, all these different things, and how to use information to bend people to your will, et cetera, et cetera. And so one of the things I did is I devised a plan with this group. And I wasn't alone, and I don't take credit for all of it because it was a collective agenda. But one of the things they wanted to do was all these protests and things like that. And I told them early on, I said, no, we're going to be at the table. I am somebody who believes in being at a table, because a table is where decisions are made. The table is where money is made. It's where power is handed out. I'm going to sit at the table. And if I can't sit the table, I'll turn it over or break the fucking thing apart. I'm not going to not be at the table. And so this table is full of white men making decisions. I wanted a seat at the table. And so we essentially came in diplomatically. And we told them, this is what we're going to do to you, and this is how we're going to do it. I lay my hand out. I don't have a problem with that, because once they see the first move and they see I'm not playing, they understand that the second, third, fourth, and fifth, all the way to the end will continue. And it's not going to be a joke. So that's pretty much what we did. We laid out the plan. We said, this is the strategy. We want you to change the park. This park belongs to the people. So we had a campaign called Reclaim Our Park. O-U-R. It's our park. Not yours, not the Confederacy, not white supremacy. This belongs to the people. It has a Native American history. And Black folks are from Shermantown have been there all this time. This belongs to the people. And we're taking back our park. And this is how we're going to take it back. And so basically we wrote a big proposal, very long, detailed, like 100-page proposal. And we used legal strategies and different things to try to help them understand that they can actually remove all that stuff. They had tried to hide behind the law. And we said, okay, you don't want to listen. You don't want to change things. You don't want to take those Confederate flags down. You don't want to let greenery grow over that carving. You don't want to remove slave cap. You don't want to do any of that. Are you sure? Are you sure? We had audience with them. We did a full presentation. They came back and said, oh, our hands are tied. The law won't allow us. I said, okay, step two. Step two is that you're going to lose all your money. That's what's going to happen to you. And I'm going to slow walk you to being broke. And then I'm going to embarrass you. We're going to embarrass you. So basically, we had a film crew that has been following for 6 years. They were there. We went from meetings with only one person, 2 people in the audience, to more than 100 to 150, all news cameras. I work the press very easily and effortlessly. The whole place is full of press. CNN, ABC, I mean, you name it, anybody, Channel 2, Channel 11, all these different people come. And now the spotlight is on you. What are you going to do? You're going to be a racist out front? Is that what you want? Well, I wonder, how do your corporate partners feel about that? So we ran Marriott out. We said, Marriott, are you sure your brand wants to be racist? Is this what you represent? We ran REI, which is a camping organization or business, ran them out. We talked to their management. You sure you want to represent this? You represent Dolly Parton and Dollywood and that brand. You sure you want to do this? Everybody quit on them. We went to Coca-Cola and we said, are you sure you want to be a racist? You want to be affiliated with Are you sure that's what you want to do with Coca-Cola? And I have some very ugly emails, that I had to send out as threats, because sometimes people think you're playing. And then they thought it was a joke till it went legal. Then we got legislation which would repeal their so-called, I can't remove it. We can't take down the Confederate flag. So at that point, it became legislative, it became economic, and it became publicly embarrassing. When I tell you, we dragged them. I mean, dragged them. They had not gotten so much negative publicity. And at that point, they started bitch crying. They started going to Governor Kemp. What are we going to do about this? This lady's unrelenting. She won't stop, And so I got a call from the governor. We need you to come. What do you want? Bring your people. Let's talk. Governor Kemp. So we go down there. We go to the Capitol and we lay out the plan. And he took about 80% of it. But they've lost. I mean, they lost $23 million. We called a boycott of everybody. Black people, don't go. Delta, don't go. You know, your corporate organization, if your employer ask you guys to have a picnic, it ain't gonna be Stone Mountain. Go somewhere else. And so we collectively went to all organizations that have ongoing annual events there, the NAACP as well. We asked them all, stop having events here. Cancel Stone Mountain. So that's how we were able to pretty much, you know, whip them into shape. And I think it was shock and awe. They were just like, this lady was so nice for 4 years. Yeah, that's how I come in. Yeah, but I'm not now. I'm making demands. I studied them for 4 years. I talked to them. I understood who they were.
That's interesting because also, okay, we know we're dealing with good old American redneck racist white men. How is the energy? How are the white men that you deal with, we'll call them that for the sake of you, but how are they responding to a black woman like you and not talking to them this way?
Well, you know, that's a good question. Huh?
What's the vibe like?
You know what? It's like I see a calm terror in their eyes. That's what I see. Calm terror. And I think it's because, I mean, you can't, I don't know, you can.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay. Yeah. And so I'm 5'3", and I'm like this little chunky black lady, you know, in my middle age. And I just look so like nothing you need to be worried about as a white man. I just don't look like that. And I think that they didn't know what to do with me, because after a while, when they saw the way that I move and all the assumptions that they had about black people, right? These are racist. So they think the worst of black people. And they see somebody like me, they're like, oh, she's just this, or she, you know, they wrote me off. And then when I showed up with the A team, and they realized that I had been spending 4 years strategically waiting for the right time, the look in their eyes was one of terror. Good. And so they were very respectful to me. We've always had a respectful relationship. There's been no cussing, no yelling, no nothing. Like I said, I want a seat at the table. And that's because I'm worthy of being at the table. So I know how to act at the table too. And if there's any form of violence, it'll be economic. And I think they saw that. They saw that I literally, with this organization or any organization, a whole bunch of coalitions that I was working with, we were able to tear them down, you know, and we showed them how powerless they were. They thought they were powerful. But one of the things I realized in those 4 years, I studied them, the way they talked, the way they conducted business. I realized that none of them were smart. See, people always assume white males.
Yes. Speak on it. That's interesting.
You know, also, I want to tell you the there's a I guess you would call him, he's a Confederate lawyer, and he fights all battles in Georgia over these Confederate monuments, anything at all, the Daughters of the Confederacy or the Sons of the Confederacy, that they have a complaint. Somebody's trying to threaten to remove a flag or whatever the case may be. He's the one who files the lawsuit, Martin O'Toole. And you would see me and Martin O'Toole talking to each other in the most civil way. He's the most Southern white gentleman of a Southern white gentleman. I mean, he's totally civilized on the outside, you know? And I stood there and I would talk to him all the time. I'd have conversations, I'd engage. I talked to Klan members, I talked to 3%. I can talk to anybody because I'm a diplomat. I'm a deal maker. So I have to hold in how I really feel, you know? It's hard, you know, and particularly Martin O'Toole is a very interesting person to talk to because he looks like a college professor with the little bow tie, and he's so civilized. And I realized that all he is he's been pimped by the Confederacy. His whole life, he's made money off of the Confederacy. They file these stupid lawsuits. He makes $15,000, $10,000. So he's their pimp and they're pimping him. And he doesn't have really a leg in the fight. I've tried to debate him, you know, in a casual way. Well, why is this and why is that and this and that, you know? And all he does is he has actually memorized probably about 5 or 6 rebuttals that he's memorized, and that's the extent of it. That's it. No depth, no dedication, no passion. And I think that that's the thing. If they feel fear and loathing, I think they feel the ancestral spirit. See what I'm saying? They don't know how to handle that. I come on behalf of many of people, a lot of people, you know, and I always tell them that you got to be careful with the messenger, because sometimes you see one person, you don't know that how many people they represent. You don't know how much power is backing them. You don't know how much money and influence they have. Be careful. Be careful how you treat the person who's the messenger.
So,
you know that's you. Are you saying something, bro?
yeah, I was gonna ask. So you really don't have no problem against people going to the mountain. The problem is people funding the mountain, like by parking there, and giving them funds, patronizing the mountain, right?
That's a very good question, and it's a tricky answer. The less people who pay it attention, give it any energy, the better, right? No money, no people. The discipline that people have to have, which is to stay on code, is not easily had.
Oh, right, you know, right.
We would like to say, yeah, y'all go, but don't spend money. But then they get to the top and they get thirsty, you know, and they start spending money. And before you know it, it'll be a church group. You know, I've turned lots of people off of that mountain. There's some local municipalities who I know people, and they were gonna have some convention over there. Hey, don't do that. Stay on code now. So we think if somebody can be responsible and they absolutely feel the need to go to the park, but not spend money, but you know, we would prefer that people ignore the mountain. We didn't prefer that. And let me tell you some of the ways that people spend money over there. There's parking. I think that's $15 a day or $20 a day. There's an annual pass, which is I think $45 or $50. Most people just go ahead and get the pass. We don't want that. That's money that, you know, and people get addicted to it. They keep coming. That means they're going to come the next year. Even me, I love that mountain. I don't want anybody to get me wrong. I love that mountain. I have exercised there, walked there. It's an amazing, it's almost like they have these places, they say vortexes. They have spiritual energy and you feel good. People are attracted to it. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I love it, but I can't love it like that. Right. And other people got to learn not to love it like that. So we got to sometimes something you love, you got to let it go. You got to let it go till it get right. And so that's where I'm at with it. I don't have a parking pass. I haven't been able to enter the park, and I sacrificed because I have to. I can't lead this mission and then I'm giving any money. And at this point, I don't even feel like I can walk through the gates no more. Like I can't. I've been doing annual sit-ins during the month of February where I sit down there. They always accost me with the police. They know who I am. They start taking my picture and reporting me to the GBI and all that stuff. You know, old news.
So you do annual sit-ins once a year?
Absolutely. In the month of February for Black History Month, every Saturday we do a sit-in. We come with folding chairs. It's cold. It's cold.
I ain't worrying about no call. I'm from Chicago. You want give us that information. No, send it to me and I send it to the rest of the brothers so we can support you in your cause.
Absolutely. The month of February is on, like always, walk through the gates. You can walk through the gates free if you go through the backside park, and then you can park in the town.
Okay. And
then walk through. It's only like maybe about a half a mile walk. But yeah, we get, you know, we sit in, we get hot chocolate, blankets, coffee, and do a sit-in with signs. And it gets the attention of the you know, sometimes we call the media, sometimes we don't, but it gets the attention of the park officials to let them know this ain't over. It's not over. I mean, you know, they've done 80% of the stuff. Them Confederate flags, they're supposed to be moving them. Say they can't take them down, so they're gonna hide them behind some trees. I'm waiting on that. I'm waiting on that. I'm not gonna stop, you know.
Woman Queen, tell us how to get in the park without paying.
Absolutely. So to all the people who do need to get into the park, There is a let me see if I can call the gate. I want to say it's the west gate. It's okay. You have a main entrance and then you have a back entrance. When you come in through the town off of Main Street, you're gonna make a left on West Mountain Place Drive. That's where you can park. You have to be careful because some of the residents don't want people parking there. But if you park down there and they're downtown off of Main Street, you can walk down not West Park Place, West Mountain Street. And then you can go right into the park. Also, there's a trolley right there, and there's a trail that takes you right into the park from where that trolley is in downtown Stone Mountain Village. So that's a way you can get in without having to pay. And that's what I would hope people would do. I think it's important for us Black folks to be on code. Don't y'all think so?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's the best thing that we have to say. We don't, like with me, when I first heard you, when I talked with you, the first thing was like, let's shut it down. I know that we was talking about them fools, the pills, the drugs that was up on the mountain. And it's like, okay, if we're going to, you're either going to fund the beast, you're either going to feed it, or you're going to starve it. Because we understand from a war perspective, when they're bringing down hell on us, they don't feed us. When they're denying us, they deny us because they want us to get this lesson that they're teaching. So in a sense, I think that it should be the angle that you're going like zero, because ever since I've come across you, I've been telling people, hey, don't go there. We're not going there. I've actually changed some folks' mind as well. And I was having some conversations with a couple over the weekend. And I asked them, the same couple, I said, well, why are y'all there? And one sister, she was kind of young. And she said, as they were walking, she saw a Confederate flag. So, like you said, they're not aware. And she said, is that a Confederate? And she said it was, by her being her age, she said it was a shocker to her. She said she never would have expected it. So, you know, there's still a history, you know, even though we said it's our park, it's, you know, until we can clean some of the stank off of it and renew it to what it is, I think it has to be like we got to be on code. And whatever you say the code is, that's what it is.
All right, Ashay. Why do y'all think that it's possible that we're in 2022 and this thing is standing? I'm trying to figure that out.
If you ask me, because we don't think these energies and these elements are real. Okay, that's just like, okay, for an example, in 2019, the Virginia governor, I think his name was Ralph Northam, he got caught in a photo. He was in a college photo. One was in blackface and the other one was in a Klan outfit. Now they never identified which one was Ralph Northam. So that's 2019. Fast forward a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week or two ago, we got what's his name? He was appointed by the Florida governor, Ron DeSantis. His name is Jeffrey Moore, and he's a former worker, and he also got caught in a Klan, a compromised picture in a Klan outfit. So where's all these guys that's you just happen to be in these political places and you just happen to have a Klan outfit just sitting around? Because we don't think we think this side of the fight over. We think once they got big old bad Trump out of office, all the racist white men went back to being good white men. All the racist white women went back to being. These people are still here. We're not understanding the fight. We're not understanding the devils. That makes sense?
Oh yeah.
I just think we don't want to understand. We know what's really going on.
Do we though, bro?
I think people don't really know. Kind of like what I said earlier. I didn't even know the Confederates were sitting up on Stone Mountain. As much as I heard Black people in love with.
I'm just saying, how can you not know that when you go to the mountain? You see them, they got the redness carved inside in the mountain. Like I said, I went there about 6 years ago. The only time I went there, I seen that, and I knew that wasn't the place for me.
And look, honestly, let's do the real math. You never told me that about Stone Mountain.
No, I never told you that. I mean, I didn't know about Stone Mountain. I went there that one time.
Y'all got to tell us, because that little fun fact, I wish I knew, because I knew a lot of people who went to Stone Mountain for years. So maybe we could have.
But you know what though, Rebel? I think it's like the sister said when she started it off. The people that are not from here, are not necessarily in the know. They're looking at it like it's something. Very few. Now, most of us ATLians, I'm an ATLian, so I always kind of know, like Ken said, something went right, bro.
Yeah, but a lot of conscious people go to that mountain.
A lot of conscious people go to that mountain.
A lot of conscious, not just the church. I could part in the church groups.
Right.
Because they might not be looking at it like this. But a lot of conscious people go up there for years, and I never heard not to.
But then that go back to where Ken pointed in. That go back to Ken point. If we pointed at the conscious people, they don't want to know. Because how you know everything with that? You know the circumference and the hypotenuse of the sun, and you know the trajectory of the moon, but you don't know that?
Yeah, but how could you tell the story of Stone Mountain if you gotta walk past that? How you missing that? Chapter 7 right here, the Kraken Lane.
Yeah, y'all know what?
And then on
I'm
top
gonna
of
tell
that,
y'all the
a lot-
truth.
A lot of people don't do no research either, so they're not trying to find out what's really going on. It's a lot of people in the conscious community, man, who don't even read.
Fact.
Not
Yeah.
conscious.
But I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Especially a person who's grown up in the South. We've been walking past stuff all these years, and it's normal. We go to Decatur Square. They got Confederate monuments sitting there. We walking past Confederate monuments, and it's places we didn't took pictures at, not knowing what it was. It's just an obelisk, you know. It wasn't until Charlottesville, you know, in Virginia happened. We were like, "Whoa, wait a minute! Oh yeah, that is a Confederate monument. That is a problem. If white supremacists and Nazis and all these kind of people, they want to start gathering here and protecting this stuff and do rallies around this stuff, we're gonna have to remove that. These symbols are deep. They take them back to their forefathers, and they want to take that hate and they want to implant that forefather hate they had on us currently. They want to keep us in our place. And so you've noticed that most of the, and this is what I did, you know, when I studied some of this history, I realized that we as Black people, we never thought we needed to, but now we know that when we go somewhere, we need to know where we're going. We need to know who built it. What does it represent? You know, how does that relate to me as a Black person? Now we are aware that we need to start thinking that way. We just been living, you know, and that's because I don't think that we, like you said, we don't think that white supremacy is deep like that. Nobody wants to see devils, but we surrounded by devils. We surrounded by them. And now we're starting to recognize them. And we're saying, oh, that's a devil. Oh, oh, that place is a devil too. University of Georgia, right there on Broad Street in Athens, Georgia. That thing right there, that obelisk they have, I had no idea that was a Confederate monument. Since a child, that was the mark. I knew I was in Athens when I was a child. They removed it, took it down, threw it in the woods. But who knew? We don't walk around doing that, you know, but we need to. We need to. That's where we're at right now. And you know, it goes deep. Stone Mountain is deep. Y'all remember in Martin Luther King's message, he talked about Stone Mountain. He mentioned it. And Stone Mountain is where the second the second incarnation of the Klan happened. Stone Mountain right here, right? And that Klan is deep over there. And so I want to give y'all a little bit of information about the modern aspects of it. So I'm going to the SMMA meetings, minding my own business. I ain't paid Stone Mountain Village no attention, not really. The SMMA is that organization that guards the Confederacy, that answers directly to the governor. They have a monthly meeting, and I was there every day every meeting for almost 4 years, right? I noticed at some point that there's this little white lady. She looks like, that's when we go back to that conversation about the harmless white ladies, those Southern white ladies. This white lady, oh, I call her an old lady who lives in the shoe. Every person who comes into a room, I want to know who they are and what do they want and what is their agenda, because everybody comes to a meeting for a reason. And I just kept looking at her like, what does she want? Who is she? And so, of course, I introduced myself and I asked people, you know, very casual. They don't think I'm collecting information. I realized that she was the mayor of Stone Mountain. Pat Wheeler was the mayor of Stone Mountain. And I realized that she was in bed with Stone Mountain Park and the governor, personal friend of the governor. She was there to guard the Confederacy on behalf of the city. Do y'all know what percentage that city is Black? Can y'all guess?
What, 7%?
85% Black.
85.
85% Black.
All right.
Your
All
mayor
right.
is going to the Stone Mountain Memorial Association, protecting the Confederacy. She's a daughter of the Confederacy.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, this won't do. I don't know how, but she's got to go. And so when I realized 85% of the Black community, and I looked and I started researching her, I said, she's been here 22 years.
As a mayor?
Untested. Nobody has tried to run against her. 22 years, 85% Black, old white lady who's done absolutely nothing. All these Black tax dollars, and you got the nerve to hold the Confederacy up.
But
So
you know, I don't mean to cut you off, but
go ahead.
you know why? Like, we don't go to our council meetings and commissioner meetings and stuff, so we don't know who they are to see what's going on. They pass a whole lot of stuff and pass a whole lot of little laws, you know, under us because we don't attend. Now, I'm not with all that voting stuff, but locally, we should be going to our councilmen and commissioners meeting Monday, so we can know what's going on.
That's right. You got to put them people there. You got to keep them there, the ones that you choose. You know, we can set up our own governments locally when we got majority like that. We're not using that power. Why? And so I said to myself, when I realized who she was, I said, oh, she's got to go. And I did research on her, and I found out that she was listed on Governor Kemp's website for this election right here. She's listed as one of his supporters, endorsed by him. I said, oh, this the same governor who just tried to tear down voting rights for Black folks, and you run a Black city, and you endorsed by him, and you support that, and you a daughter of the Confederacy, you hold up white supremacy. Okay, all right. So at that point, we unleashed a whole attack on the woman, and by the time the media and everybody else got done with her, I named her Miss Mayor Jim Crow 2.0 with a rebel flag behind her name. And by the time we got done dragging her for about 3 months, she threw in the towel after 22 years of service. She quit her job.
That was good. I'm glad.
Yeah, we got out of there.
So Kemp is on the Confederate board?
He runs that Confederate board. He is the one who appoints all of them. This is definitely like literally a marriage between the Klan, the Confederacy, and the state of Georgia. Just like that. All three, just like that. Literally. The Klan, the Confederacy, and the state of Georgia. This is an agreement. I mean, we got the documents. 1965, they bought that park and said it's going to be for Klan, Confederacy, and that's why the Confederates come there. That's why they have neo-Nazi rallies and all this other stuff they got going on there. The state sanctions.
So break down the government that we can have inside the government. What does that consist of?
Say again?
Break down the government that we can have inside of the government to get things done. What does that consist of?
Well, that's precisely twofold. One is the very most local aspect, which is where I started my work. When they saw me and my crew show up inside their Stone Mountain Village meetings, they were like, "Uh-oh, yeah, we coming," because local politics is gonna shape a lot of this, and that's when they got nervous. They did that to the Malachi Z. York people, right?
Yeah,
they went down south and started taking over the government. Folks was like, they didn't know what to do. Because you got these city councils that are still ran by the white folks, even though the majority's Black. And I said, oh, that's got to change. The mayor got to change. The city council got to change. The that good coon chief of police, he got to go. Your city manager got to go. The attorney, everybody got to go. We got to clean house. We got to start a new government for Black people in Stone Mountain. We're going to start there. And that's exactly what happened. We ran her up out of there. Then we had to work on getting our golden child, bringing up a mayor from the people, by the people, Black people, and support that person. So of course I use my campaign, strategies, and we got her in there. Dr. Beverly Jones, she's the new mayor, Black woman, very respected. And she brought her city council. We ran a campaign so that the city council would come with her. Now the city council is only one white member. So we essentially took over that government. And, I won't go into detail of how, but I ran the chief of police up out of there. I'll just say the Department of Justice. I'm gonna just put that one word out there. And also the city manager, got both of them to quit on the same email. This is what you have to do because these people are coons. These people will throw their own folks under the bus.
Right.
Hey, so yeah.
I know you said you want to know your time is limited. I want to ask because you wanted to talk about your upcoming event. I want to ask John, did he have a question for the sister before we talk about your event?
You said, do I have a question?
Yeah.
Just briefly, and she kind of went into it when she was talking about the current well, first question, how long has the current mayor been mayor of Stone Mountain?
She got elected, let me see, 2020, November 2021. We're coming up on the first year anniversary. Okay.
Second question, when I looked up the SMMA Stone Mountain Memorial Association, I looked at the chairman as a brother. And I wanted to touch on, you said, you talked about the 85% Black. It's a new mayor, so I'm gonna give her a pass. We don't really know, I'm not gonna say she's been complicit with what's going on, but what about the people that look like us that, either do support what's going on or don't openly fight against it? What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, at every level, we have people who are on both sides. The mayor is for sure 100% in favor of taking the Confederacy out of that park. That park, it clouds everybody. Nobody wants to visit Stone Mountain Village. Nobody. Businesses are not viable there. It has a stigma on it. It doesn't help anybody, that mountain. The mountain is separate. It's ran by the state. The local mayor is separate. She has no actual authority over it. But we do have, you're talking about the brother who is the chairman. This is one of those white devil tricks.
Reverend Abraham Mosley, correct?
Yeah, Reverend Mosley. He at one point, I think he was sincere. I watched him get signed in at the governor's office, and me and him had some agreements, and he is not held to any of those agreements. He calls Governor Kent Bryan by his first name. He has an allegiance. He is a bootlicker. I have a respectful relationship with Mr. Mosley, but he sold his people out. He allowed one of them tricks. They let me tell you something. They got some wicked bag of tricks. Wicked bag of tricks. That bait and switch is real. They will prop up a Black man or Black person to represent their white supremacy and get mad with you because you don't like having a Black messenger of your white supremacy. You're ungrateful Negroes because you don't like the fact that they sent a Sambo to deliver the message. Well, I have a problem with that. That wasn't part of the compromise. That 80% did not include putting a Black man as the head of the SMMA. But he explained to me, Mr. Mosley, Reverend Mosley did, that he was going to do everything he could, with the will of God, to remove the Confederate flags, to get those slave cabins. Those slave cabins bother me. They bother me deeper than anything else over there. They have real slave cabins that real Black people, lived and died in. And it has no context at all over there. Nothing. It just says slave cabins, like that's okay. And white people stroll through there like it's something to behold, pretending they're plantation owners for $10. It troubles my soul. I have a vision actually of a whole bunch of Black people one day, all in white, drumming and just stirring the ancestors up over there, because it needs to happen. I see it. I don't know when, but I see it. And I want everybody to be there because it needs to happen.
Right.
You know, we got to bring some light to this, even just national media on that moment. It has to happen. And so when you guys say that conscious people come, if this is the kind of stuff we're going to do as conscious people, right? We're going to chant down the devil together.
Right.
I'm with that.
Right.
I'm with that. What I'm not about is throwing money at the Confederacy, giving money to the person with their foot on your neck. And so I beg anybody, especially people, Black people in the conscious community, think twice. Think twice. We got so many parks. We got the Beltline. We got a whole bunch of places to go. Don't support the people who have your demise, you know, at heart. These people are diehard. They hate niggas. When I say hate, I'm talking about generationally invested. And until you are in the room with these people, you have no idea how calm and seething and hateful and ingrained it is in their skin, in their body, in their soul. They eat, sleep, and breathe nigga hate. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, someone in the comment Randall Waters, he said, call for it, set a date.
Ooh.
Yeah. I was gonna say the same thing. When you make the call, we definitely gonna be there.
Oh yeah, UNIA, Brothers Roundtable, go be that sister.
This, yes, absolutely. You know, yeah, I gotta process that. You know, when the winter comes, folks don't show up, so I gotta think about strategy. I'm just saying, because I know I've had stuff in February, and I'm sitting out there freezing with all them clothes on, and folks, you gotta be some kind of dedicated to be out in that cold. So, this is a warm weather thing, and we got time to. I see the vision.
Right.
Yeah, but I absolutely think I appreciate what you guys are doing, and I'm gonna tell y'all something I learned from brother what do you call it? Whitaker's? Brother Whitaker's and Kim Wardo. You guys and another sister that I met with in West End, y'all said some stuff that really, you know, impacted me. Even just now, you didn't know, and you're in the conscious community. You know what? That's something that I have not done. I actually did not go to the conscious Black community and say, y'all, we got a problem. And I say we, because it's we, you know, how are we going to address this? So this is my new mission. This starts with right here.
Right.
Going to the conscious community and you know, raising this concern so that we all know. It matters that we all know, you know.
Right.
And I have something that's coming is I got some funding, and there will be a billboard in 2023.
Yeah.
On 78. And that way everybody gonna know. At least anybody who's in, you know, this vicinity. I'm trying to get one on 285. And so that right there is going to set a public tone. I mean, you know, if people in media know stuff, that's cool. But in the community, I got to get in the community. And I also want to mention this, October 22nd, inspired by you, Kim Wardo. I am doing a community lecture at the Black Dot Cultural Arts Festival on the 22nd. And I'm going to talk about Stone Mountain Park.
We're very familiar with the Black Dot and Bobby Cash. And some of our products in his store.
Yes, absolutely. Okay.
Okay.
So I would look forward to, and I would like to, you know, share the details, and I'll send you a flyer for the Black Dot Cultural Arts Festival. Maybe y'all can share it on your social media platforms. And I'm going to definitely go into a lecture. I'm going to try not to be too collegiate about it, make it kind of interesting question and answer session about Stone Mountain Park, because I want our people to be liberated. In 2023, this has got to change. It's got to change. We got to have a deadline. You know, we're going to have a call. This is the final line. You know, we've already starved you out. We're going to keep starving you out. Now what?
Right.
That's interesting. Look at my calendar.
So one last word to the family, the conscious community. What you want us to do about Stone Mountain, just real quick.
Real quick, stay away, and if you can't, don't pay. I might put that on a shirt.
Yeah. Hey, Knowledge the t-shirt man right there.
I can see that on a hoodie right there. I love hoodies.
Hey, he the t-shirt man. Knowledge right there. Have him make you a t-shirt.
You know what? That might be a good idea.
Yeah, I'll give him your number. I'll give you his number. I'll give you his number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Might be a good fundraiser. Absolutely. I appreciate you, brothers, so much for your time. And thank you for being patient and giving me the time to explain everything. And if y'all need me in any way, please do reach out.
Gratitude to you.
How can we reach out to you, sister?
My email is meymoona1@gmail.com. And I want to communicate with anybody who's involved in the conscious community. I want to, connect. If there's anybody who has ideas about things we can do, definitely in February, the sit-ins are on every Saturday.
Right.
I will be sitting down there from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock. If I'm by myself, I'll be there. That's what I do.
Hey, look, I'm going to at least make one side. I'm going to sacrifice me, John Hargrove. We're going to be there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm gonna reach out to you because I'd like for you to do a lecture for our local division of the UNIA and let the people here know about the history of Stone Mountain and what we should be doing to stay on code.
Absolutely. Right. I appreciate that. All right. Y'all brothers have a good night.
Stay peaceful, sister.
Peace, sister.
Powerful sister.
Yeah. I like that.
The real thing, I think, though, I don't think everybody knows the Confederate.
I don't know, man.
I really don't, because all of the knowledge, all of the patterns that I ever seen in Stone Mountain, I had to say this again.
Well, I had something to say. I don't mean to cut you off. I had something to say. The sister reached out to some people, man.
She reached out to Blue Pill now, man.
Tried to call Blue and them, and they ain't.
She reached out to them Negroes, Blue Pill. Now we talk how we talk. She reached out to them come in, and they ain't do nothing.
Know what I would say? She reached out to them after she did a show with Unc in a negative way. So
no,
the uncle to Harker.
That's not right.
When would she reach out to him?
Before that.
And what they say to her?
What you mean they didn't respond to?
Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't respond to before that.
This is also the code too. We got to draw the line with the con men. I know there might be some. See, even Nino Brown passed out turkeys in the Carter, but what did he do? He destroyed it. So when we knowing, like, because I watched that sister on that show, it was Taharka and I don't even want to call it Bobby West. It was him and Taharka, and she's saying without a shadow of a doubt that she reached out, and she said this is the thing that she said about those drugs, them pills. She said she was surprised and of the knowledge that they knew of it. So they go back. That's what she said on that show. She said they had good knowledge of it.
That's true.
But they go the other way. What I say pimp stand for, as one of my brothers that's not here no more, named Eddie Belafonte. He used to always tell me the acronym for pimp, put it in my pocket. That's a t-shirt right there for you.
Let me ask you this. How is red and blue common? How are they conning the people? I really don't see them making no big sales. I really don't see them like move.
Are they making money off of people?
Oh, hold on. I really don't see it like making like a lot of money out of people. I don't even. They only buzzing on the internet. I don't see them like doing like a lot of stuff in the community. Whereas if they making a whole lot of money.
It's a con game. To answer your question, anytime you can galvanize an ample amount of people to get them to come up on a mountain, and you can tell them that you the Pope of Hope, without actually ever giving them any solution for real liberation, it's a con game.
That sounds like a con.
All right. You answer the question. I'm asking the question so I get it.
Because this is what we do, dog.
You're going to have to get red and blue on.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure
they ain't gonna come on.
Shout out to Blue. I met Blue. Blue cool. I ain't cool in person. Like, shout out to them.
I'm gonna do some damage control. Come on.
Come on, man.
Because it's real, man.
You're right.
And I want to make the line even more clear that if they are synonymous with the likes of Polite, Nature Boy, anybody that came through that TV, and you made money, however much you made, and you never gave a program to the people, it's a hustle. And we got to clear the line to say they can say, these are the clear brothers and sisters versus these are the ones that want to pimp. Put it in my pocket. What they say in that movie, Don't Be a Menace, he said, don't ask the pastor, why come? I got the driving, just get the money. And that's where we at.
I'm with you. Like, I do think we at a point of, the best way I can put it is a civil war within the black community. Like, when we look at the history of Haiti, before they fought the white man, they had to address, the traitors amongst themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've been there since we've been in bondage, and we've never really addressed it. We've just lived with, these differences.
As well as the Zulu tribe. They had a fight with it themselves because some of the Zulu wanted to go with the European.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like
they had, and your boy wasn't going for that. Shaka Zulu wasn't going for that. Now one day,
like what we supposed to do with, as the sister brought up, a brother that's sitting on the board, for basically a Confederate organization, like
he's a Baptist pastor, man. He's a watered down person, man.
But I don't know if there's any saving an individual like that to bring.
It's not.
Like we got.
Because notice what she said, Jay. She said he called the governor on a first name basis. I mean, he think he his partner.
Samuel
He on
Jackson,
Team Kanye, man.
Yeah.
They gone.
Yeah.
They gone.
You know what I learned though? You know what I learned? Real talk. We have always had them among us, even in the community. A lot of people in the community, man, they go out there for the fellowship. It has become like they church to them. They go out for the fellowship, eat care wraps, wear unks, put copper on, and they say they touched by the ancestors. No one is ready and built for real war. None of them really know how to survive in the wilderness. No one is preparing. So that's not even should really be a topic, but the politics amongst us as a people, it's gonna always be there. Because it's just like the Matrix. Like Morpheus says, some of these people who know about the Matrix are going to protect the Matrix.
Yeah.
Same way the
Right.
people who be in the community, some of them know what's going on. They're going to protect it because they like getting up, eating cornflakes and sneaking ho-hos and ding-dongs late at night. But then they in the West End or in College Park somewhere, they eating carrot wraps with unks on. Man,
Right.
It is what it is, man. That's why our core group got to stay solid. Our core group got to know what's popping. Our core group when we say us, it's us. I'm just being 100. If y'all catch me or whoever, if they in the core group, they tell us and they doing them, nah, they got to go.
Yeah.
Right. Because anybody, go ahead, bro. Because did anybody really get what that sister said? Let's go back and unpack some of the stuff she
I
said.
hear what she's saying.
Oh, yeah.
No. This is the thing I want to push to the people. Remember this, because we got such a ism and a schism in the neighborhood, in the black family, in the community of man versus woman, women submitting. Now, this is why I asked that question. This is a black woman. Notice what she said. She said they hate niggas. It's seized in them. She in here with them by themselves. This is why I'm making a big fuss about this. And for the conscious community, the ones that's supposed to know, supposed to be triple black, not to even have no kind of support. And that's why I agree, most people don't know. But we got a sister in here battling. That ain't the woman's job to battle them. What are we supposed to do as men?
But I will say this though, in every battle, even when you study Mentu Hotep was a warrior. He was a spiritual healer as well as he knew a lot of the ologies. He couldn't go into some of those different places, so he sent his wives in there. Yes. You know what I'm saying? It's always the feminine energy. That's why it's a balance. You know what I'm saying? It's a gender, male, female. The balance is well respected, and the balance should be well protected.
But it's the difference between, and that's true, dog. But it's the difference between selling them and just not doing jack shit.
Oh yeah, I mean,
You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, bro.
And what are your mic low?
Can't hear you, dog. You're going down.
I'm going down.
Okay, there you go.
Mic low.
Yeah, when Mentu Hotep sent his wives in, man, their job was to seduce the leaders and get the information.
Mm-hmm.
It was a plan to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. No, man, it's like what you're saying, though, man, because what it's coming down to in crunch time, like you said, people want to come out, they want to eat kale wraps, they want to kind of kick the bobo sound. Oh, man, we got enough of this. Like you said, it's like going to church. We get that feel good word, then we ready to go home. But what's really happening? What time it is? Like she said, we ride past these things all day. And I think that's what we should be doing. We should be making mental notes. She had a lot of stuff that I'm going to take with me. But yeah, man, we just got to know what time it is and who we supporting and who not supporting us.
Right. I'm actually this old boss. I know we're in the
What's up, bro?
Hey, your mic, your audio messed up, Nolly.
Going out.
I'm going out. Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. I know we're in the South, and we heard about I don't know. You heard Confederacy down here. I'm from the North. I heard a little bit about Confederacy, in the North as well. But it's a lot more statues and monuments in the South versus the North. So it's a different fight. You know what I'm saying? When you get to the North, South, East, West, each one has a different element of fight that we have to take and stand so whatever.
But that's the responsibility that we got to take ownership of because we are in the South. When we look at the Black Panthers and Huey P. Newton, his plans was to move the headquarters to Atlanta. He said, from a legal perspective, you have to go back, to the scene of the crime, basically, and that's where we are, and we have that history. And going back to what the sister said, we have to be telling that history. We have that responsibility, just like she's doing that for Stone Mountain. We have to do that for our respective.
Right.
Give the history and give the truth, and also give insight into what we should be doing today. So
right.
Big respect to that sister.
Because also, and I agree with that. Hartgrove. Because also, why we got to do our due diligence? Because I look at it like this: they're removing all these Confederates, so therefore we know about it because we understood that what was there before they removed it. But we also want to make sure, in a sense, that the ones behind us always know what this place stood for. That they don't understand that they're not kind of like in the mentality of. Good white folks, the struggle is over. Ain't no fight, ain't no clan. You see what I'm saying? We always have to keep them aware of what time it is.
Yeah.
That's where they at now. So that already's happening. But this been an ill show, man. We gotta support the Queen.
Yeah, we gotta support her. I'm gonna go up there in February, man.
I'm gonna get in touch with her.
I know, man.
Yeah, get up with John Hogg, bro. We go up to the up there. She say every weekend in February.
Salute to Sister Nandy too. If we was gonna stay on, Nandy, I'd have dropped the link for you. Cause I see her say drop the link.
Right.
Might try and jump in.
Oh,
Sister Nandy.
You should come on next week, no matter what. Just come on the panel. And, whatever we doing, just sit right here on the stage with us. I'm gonna call you though, so we can set that up. We give out your info,
Yo. I'm Ken Watto. You check me out on Instagram, Candace Apparel. IG. Check out Sun Goddess Sense, Sun Goddess _Sense on IG, Sun Goddess Sense like page. You can also call me at 470-798-8527.
Amen.
Brother John, President UNI ACL Division 421. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, UNI ACL Division 421 on social media. You can reach us cell phone 678-631-9404. Race first.
Race first.
And I'm around, man. I'm around. You gonna know where to find me. I'm out here. I ain't hard to find.
Your audio. Your audio.
Y'all can check me out on Vocal Dialect, VOKALDIALECT. That's on Instagram as well as Facebook. Check us out, Vocal Dialect, speaking words like verbs. We got an event coming up October the 29th at the Amania Griot in the West End.
Yes,
You know, it's
sir.
gonna be a real dope event. Y'all go to the Instagram and check out the flyer, as well as you want to get a ticket. It's in the link in the bio. Y'all just check us out. It's gonna be a real dope show. Me and Kenwato Akil, you know, we're a Vocal Dialect, and this show is gonna be health and healing with the sister Shelly Amaset, some sun goddess sense. And we're gonna have some speakers there. Our very own Abasi gonna be speaking as well. You know what I'm saying? So you guys come and check us out. 404-913-7165.
No doubt. Rebel Vision Television. Like, share, subscribe. Leave a like for us on the algorithm. Ancient Chemistry Clothing. The Real Ancient Chemistry Clothing.com. GasFootwear.com. Ivy Fonto, man. Holla at us. Yo, brothers, another one. Good looking out, man. Thanks for letting us pick your brains. You know how we do it. But we out of here, family. Another
Hey, peace.
Rebels Roundtable, man. We out.
Us.
Us.